Good evening. I am the narrator, and welcome to my parlor. Tonight's topic is UFOs, the Plasma Connection. On my last upload, I discussed what I think UFOs aren't. Tonight, I discuss what I think they are. Simply, I believe UFOs are plasmas. First, I should define the term. It refers to two things: a state of matter or the part of blood that carries nutrients and proteins. Obviously, I'm referring to the former. In this definition, plasma is the fourth state of matter, after solid, liquid, and gas. In it, gas particles are so energized, electrons fall from atoms, creating a mix of free electrons and positively charged ions. It's found in stars, auroras, lightning, and the solar wind, and in devices like plasma TVs, plasma torches, and fluorescent lights. It conducts electricity, responds to magnetic fields, and can alter material surfaces. It's basically ionized air. When ionized, electrons fall from atoms and molecules. Lightning and the aurora cause this naturally. Adding energy to a gas with heat or electricity can artificially. Lightning is natural plasma. Rapid heating and charge separation create paths of ionized air. The aurora is when electrons from the solar wind meet atmospheric gases. When planes re-enter the atmosphere, air friction can ionize the air, forming a cloud of plasma around the craft. UFOs seem to break the laws of physics. Plasma is physical and can even be felt, but lacks the limitations of solid matter. It can be molded in any form. The U.S. Navy has patented technology to create mid-air images to fool infrared and other sensors using laser plasma. An intense enough laser pulse can ionize, producing glowing plasma. The Laser-Induced Plasma Effects program uses plasma bursts as stun grenades. A rapid series can be modulated to transmit a spoken message. In 2011, Japanese company Burton Incorporated created moving 3D images in mid-air with rapidly generated plasma dots. A more sophisticated approach uses an intense, ultra-short, self-focusing laser pulse to create a glowing filament or channel of plasma, as discovered in the 1990s. Called laser-induced plasma filaments, LIPF, these can be created at some distance from the laser for tens or hundreds of meters. Because LIPFs conduct electricity, they have been studied as a means to trigger lightning or create lightning guns. They can be tuned to emit light of any wavelength: visible, infrared, ultraviolet, terahertz. The Navy project uses LIPFs to create phantom images with infrared emissions. To quote the 2018 patent, wherein a laser source is mounted on the back of the air vehicle, and wherein the laser source is configured to create a laser-induced plasma, and wherein the laser-induced plasma acts as a decoy for an incoming threat to the air vehicle. The patent says the laser creates mid-air plasma columns, which form a 2D or 3D image by raster scanning, like how cathode ray TV sets display pictures. It says, there can be multiple laser systems mounted on the back of the air vehicle, with each laser system generating a ghost image, such that there would appear to be multiple air vehicles present. Unlike flares, the decoy can be created instantly at any distance and moved at fiat. It moves with the craft rather than falling rapidly like a flare, protecting as long as needed. Decoys can also cover other targets. The potential applications of this can be expanded, such as using a helicopter deploying flares to protect a battleship, or using this method to cover and protect a whole battle group of ships, a military base, or an entire city. The lead researcher, Alexandru Henning, has worked on laser-induced plasma at Space and Naval Warfare Systems Center Pacific since 2012. If you have a very short pulse, you can generate a filament, and in the air, that can propagate for hundreds of meters, and maybe with the next generation of lasers you could produce a filament of even a mile, he says, indicating phantoms can be created at vast distances. Phantom aircraft that move at high speed and appear on thermal imagers. After months of debate, in April 2012, the Navy released infrared videos of UFOs their pilots had encountered. They appear to rotate mid-air and zip along at phenomenal speed. Solid aircraft can't do this, but projected images can. In the early 90s, Russia claimed to produce glowing plasmoids at high altitude using high-power microwave or laser beams. These were meant to disrupt ballistic missiles in response to America's Star Wars program. Nothing came of it, but the technology may have been refined for later applications. Recipients of close encounters often report a smell like burnt wire. Air ionization smells like burnt wire and is smelled near plasma. whether in association with UFOs or not. Recipients of close encounters often report a buzzing sound. Air ionization produces that through the process of corona discharge, which forms a low-temperature plasma. The buzzing is the air itself. The electrical discharge splits and recombines air molecules. High voltage is applied to a conductor, like an ionizing needle in an air purifier or a high-voltage power line. An electric field is created. Air molecules are ionized. Electrons fall from the oxygen and nitrogen atoms in the air, and a plasma is created. Artificial examples include air purifiers and ionizers, again, high-voltage power lines and older plasma televisions, as well as AC power cycling. Charged particles move and collide. The ions and electrons accelerate and collide with neutral air molecules, transferring energy and creating yet more ions. Air then expands and contracts. This vibration creates the buzzing. After close encounters, a substance called angel hair is often found, resembling spider silk or cotton. Atmospheric electricity causes dust particles to polarize and join in strands. Interestingly, angel hair is found not just after UFO sightings, but sightings of Marian apparitions as well. That I will discuss in later videos. Close encounter recipients often describe extreme light and heat, causing burns at times. This is characteristic of plasma. Again, it is created by high temperatures and voltage. A gas is ionized, charged particles move rapidly and emit heat and light. It's like how the sun generates energy through fusion. The intensity varies based on the plasma's temperature, pressure, and origins. Plasma is typically much hotter than fire. It requires very high temperatures for atoms to exist. By contrast, fire is a combustion producing gases and glowing particles. At this point, the skeptic will say that this is all just a natural phenomenon, like swamp gas or ball lightning. They have dismissed UFOs as those, among other things, for decades. However, UFOs display signs of intelligence. In my last upload, I discussed how they seem to know when they're being watched and interact with their observers. Physicist and MIT professor Harley Rutledge documented this thoroughly in his 1981 book, The First Scientific Study of UFO Phenomena. Moreover, evidence suggests plasma may be intelligent. This video is for popular consumption. If you like, I suggest the paper The Plasmoid Intelligence Hypothesis, a case for self-organizing plasma-based sentience by Christian Barker. The link is available beneath the thumbnail. In physics, plasma has a very special relationship with electromagnetism, which I will discuss in my next upload. Stay tuned.